Rick Dancer. It's Get Real with Rick Dancer. We are inside TJ's on Willamette. It's a dispensary, a marijuana dispensary here in town. And joining me is Andy Vabora with Travel Lane County. And you picked this as your location to come to because they're your newest member.
They are our newest and first dispensary member. So we're excited to have them, and we were excited because they have some elements that we believe will really appeal to visitors who are coming to the area who really want to learn about the whole spectrum of growing all the way through retail and the medical side in particular. So we'll learn more about that today for sure.
So you guys already did a tour. So Travel Lane County staff came down and did a tour, and that's when Andy called me and said, you got to see this, Rick, because this isn't, I hope we can blow some of the myths for some of you guys, you know, that what you think. I mean, I have to admit, I came in and I'm behind the door now, and I'm always wondering what's going on here. Despite what Andy thinks, I haven't been in here yet. I had my time in the 70s, but it's a whole new product anymore than what we were when we were kids doing this. So
it is, and again, it's fascinating to learn about the whole process from the growing to the extraction, again to the medical side and the different products that are available to people that want to recreate or look into the medical side and really learn about that.
And this is becoming a draw for Lane County. I mean, in terms of tourism, just like Truffles, we're going to do next month with you guys. Mm-hmm. Truffles are now a draw, beer, wine, and now marijuana is on the list.
And it is, and one of the things that, again, we want to really emphasize is we want visitors who are coming here to learn about this and maybe experience marijuana, to do it in a really responsible way. We don't want to have anybody have a bad experience. We want them to come here and enjoy everything else that we have to offer in Lane County. And if this is one of those things, we want them to do it in a way that's really makes it a good experience that they'll have a positive outlook on and really kind of tell others about to come here and check it out.
Which is exactly what we do with beer and our wineries. And
exactly.
People come on winery tours. It's the same kind of thing. Jam, can you talk to us? So you guys, I want to introduce you to the owner. So we got a signal. The people coming on, appreciative that we're doing this. Tell them who you are.
My name is Mckenzie, and I'm one of the owners of TJ's. My husband Travis and I actually started TJ's in our closet with a crappy little shop light and some cannabis plants that we started growing for the first time ever for a medical need that I had. So Travis and I are some of the owners, but we have a team. We're actually kind of a team ownership here.
Is it, because I don't know if this is just me, but is it fair to say, I think a lot of people get into this from the medical end first because of it. You see the value in whatever. I mean, for me, I'm sitting here, my shoulder's killing me, and Andy's going, there's something over here that can probably help you.
For you.
There's something that can help you. So
yeah.
People get into it and realize the benefit for others.
Absolutely.
Has the recreational side been tough on the medical side?
No.
Okay.
Here's why. Well, I mean, yes and no. In terms of sheer numbers of medical users, I feel like that number has gone down. And when I talk about medical users, I'm really only talking about medical card holders.
Okay.
Because what we have found is that even though we're a recreational dispensary and we sell to both medical and recreational, of our recreational customers, 80% of those customers are using therapeutic cannabis.
Okay.
So those are medical customers as well. Those are recreational users who are using for pain, for their shoulder, for anxiety, for...
I'm turning you around because I'm just trying to be respectful of these people in case they end up in the mirror.
Absolutely.
So we're trying to be real respectful of folks. Hey, you guys, we're doing a Facebook Live. If you're in the background, are you okay with that? You are? Okay. All right, good. I just want to make sure because we want to be super respectful of people. So I'm moving mirrors around here and stuff like that. Huh? So maybe we'll talk to you in a minute.
Yeah.
So can you kind of take me through like what do we got here? I mean, because this is different than when I was a kid, right?
Absolutely. And one of the reasons it's so profoundly different than when you were a kid is because when you're going black market, you get what you get. You get whatever that dude in your apartment had for you. And so there's no concept of Colorado Sunshine. This is a Jack Hare bubblegum cross. This, we know it's a predictable effect that you smoke this and it's a sativa effect, which is, I mean, a sativa really is in talking about how it feels. So it's more of a stimulating. It's something that's more cerebrally engaged.
So you have everything from stuff that really does get you high to things that are just for anxiety, for...
Absolutely. So let's actually go right over here. This is one of our special, in fact, if there's a strain that ever I'm going to snuggle with, this is one of my very favorites. Absolutely. This is our CBD.
Sorry you guys can't smell it. But...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, and CBD generally has a fairly predictable smell. There's a lot of different crosses with CBD, but if you look at this jar, you can see that our ratio for CBD to THC is really a high one. So if we actually just double this and call it 1%, this is about 24-1. Okay. That ratio of CBD to THC. So for people who are interested in using it therapeutically, as a recreational customer, you can come and buy this all day long, but nobody buys this to get high. Okay. People buy this for the benefits.
So I can come in here. One of the things I know you guys are big on, I can come in here and you can tell me, okay, Rick, so you're not really looking to get high, but you have shoulder issues. Here's where you take. In fact, where would you take me?
So actually, there's topicals and edibles, and I would take you in the direction of both of those.
Okay, so you guys, we're going to go
over right over here is some of the topicals that I want to talk about. Oh, you want to go to the edibles?
Oh, is this the topicals?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is a section here where we have some of our topicals. These are meant to be locally acting, rubbed on a specific spot that's giving you problems.
Wow.
But we also have a transdermal application too, which is meant to be absorbed through the skin and into your system. So we have CBD as well as THC options with just about everything.
So, okay, now I'm really stupid on this, so that's why I'm here. Because you're educating me. So CBD is the non-THC, less THC?
Yes.
Okay.
So CBD is its own cannabinoid. So we know a lot about the cannabinoid THC because we've heard about it forever. CBD is just another cannabinoid in the same family. We've identified, I think, actually, I bet you anybody that want anything, one of your
one of my friends
viewers
who also grows these things.
Try it.
He actually is one of my photographers. Said, Rick, try it. It will help.
Yeah. So right now, I think there's been definitively 80 some cannabinoids. We mostly know about THC and CBD,
right.
But we're learning things about THCV. We're learning things about CBG, about all these different cannabinoids, and once we are able to study them, we'll learn a lot more. But anyway, two of the ones we primarily talk about now are THC, which definitely has that psychoactive high and either more of a sedating, relaxing, we call it a couch lock feel, good for nighttime, or some of the strains are more cerebral.
Is that what we used to call stoned?
Yes, that stoned feeling versus the high feeling. So
right.
That's kind of the difference. And then CBD. So that is something that doesn't have that high feeling either as a sedative or a stimulating high. And we're using it just across the board in terms of medicine. Anxiety and pain and sleep and skin and it's a really powerful anti-inflammatory, all kinds of things. It sometimes almost ends up sounding like snake oil because we use it for so many things.
I'm going to see if I can talk to these guys. Would you hold on just before we leave? Are you with us? Yeah. Okay, I just want to make sure I'm not putting anybody in here. Hey, you guys, come here. Can we talk to me?
Yeah.
Okay. A little bit. So no, you don't have to talk for very long. I just want to ask. What are you guys looking for in here?
Oh, we're getting some concentrates.
So what is that?
It's BHO hash oil.
And so that's to get high.
Yes. Yes. For pain management and appetite. Really helps me eat.
Does it make you hungry then?
Yes.
So you have trouble with that?
Yes. It definitely helps with my appetite.
And sleep a lot. Helps with sleep.
Does it help with sleep?
Yes.
Yes.
So that sounds great. So you guys are from here then?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, leaving. Huh?
Go ahead.
What were you gonna say? No.
So
we love you, TJ's. This is our favorite store.
So it works for you?
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
What do you think people's biggest misconception about the business, not this business, but the industry?
Just because it's kind of been like taboo and illegal for so long that people are kind of scared to come in and buy. They don't want their employees or their families to know that they're buying. People still just think it's not common to smoke. So I think that's definitely the biggest misconception.
Conception.
Yeah, conception.
She's nervous. It's okay, but I just accosted her that's in here. But we did get permission first, so we weren't just gabbing you guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, and your names again? You're
Jake.
Jake? And
Jackie.
Jack and Jesse.
Sorry.
I have sons named Jake and Jesse. I really do. That's hilarious. Thanks, you guys. So, Sham, what is this? What is in the display counter here?
This is very popular for a lot of people who don't want to consume cannabis by smoking or vaping, but do want to have it something that they're ingesting rather than just putting on their body. So this is our edibles case here. So we have everything from chocolates to gummies. These are actually white chocolate little squares over here. We can get anything out if you're interested in it, but mostly we found it's candy, and that's what's selling the best in terms of edibles.
So do you still, when you do candy, do you still get high off of it?
Absolutely, but there's a lot of people that are using things like CBD only, or at least high CBD, because they're looking for the therapeutic effect without necessarily that psychoactive effect.
Right.
So this is something that's high CBD, so there is going to be a little bit of THC in it, but sometimes there's absolutely none. So we've got 50 milligrams of THC per container and 23. So 2 to 1 is a ratio that a lot of people really like.
So the nice thing I really like about you is that you could come in here. Somebody could come in here and you would be able to tell them, I don't want to get high. I just want to do this, or I want to get high, or this, or I need
I want to
sleep.
get high and I want it to be like this because I'm in a creative writing class and I need help. People come in here with very specific things that they're looking for with cannabis, like this is my physics strain, and this is what helps me process. This is what gets rid of the noise in my head for me to be able to focus, which is not something I ever thought was true about cannabis. I mean, I only know weed smokers as potheads, and all you ever do when you're smoking pot is be high.
Right.
It wasn't until I started using medically and then being more involved in the community to realize some of these people are functionally high all day, and they're some of the most productive people I've ever known.
In fact,
This is a surprise.
we know people. We have a mutual friend who we're hoping to get a hold of.
Mm-hmm.
Her son uses this all, and it's the only way he can really survive.
Yep.
Otherwise, he's having seizures all day.
All day, yeah. For him
All
to be able
day.
to be functional and to do the fantastic things that he does, he can't be seizing constantly. And from his first dose, it was just such a drastic
You were
decrease
there,
in his seizure. Yeah,
watching, yeah.
Yeah, I was there. It was really profound for both his mom and I to visibly watch him have those, constant observable seizures, and then just have them go spaced out, even for 30 seconds to have those spaced out was big. Now it's a whole day sometimes. I see the little hearts going
Those
by.
are people that are liking what you're saying,
thank
and people
you.
interested in what you're talking about. Okay, so you guys, now I'm going to be back.
Okay.
So one of the reasons that they do what they do is this woman right here. And we also have another mutual friend who I think I could probably talk about, the girl.
About Remy?
Yeah. Yeah, Remy. You guys, we did a story with Remy. Oh gosh, it's probably been close to a year. And she and her mother live in Crestwell. They had to escape from Utah to come here because Remy has some very serious medical issues. And if she doesn't take cannabis, she doesn't sleep, she doesn't eat. It's horrible. So her mother just packed everybody in the car and came up here. And so she's a customer here. And I love that they found it. But that's one of the things, and you are?
I'm Tanisha, and I am the director of the kids program that TJ supports,
And that's called?
the Forest Initiative.
And the Forest Initiative is named after?
It's named after my son. He is epileptic, and he is venturing into almost 2 years seizure-free on just cannabis. And so no pharmaceuticals, no seizures, just cannabis oil.
So how does the initiative work? I mean, if people come in here, how are they helping that?
So when you shop at TJ's supports this kids program. We have just under 150 kids in the
What?
Pacific Northwest, and we support them all.
150?
It's almost the entirety of all the carded kids in Oregon.
Really?
So yeah, it's definitely a lot. So by supporting TJ's, you support the kids program. Any parent is welcome, any child is welcome. As long as you have a card and you are legal, or your child's legal to consume cannabis, then we will supply your child with medication so that hopefully they can live, a more full and well-rounded life.
Now, when you say supply medication, what does that mean?
So we offer CBD, THC, and THCA to any kid that needs it
Is that
in oil form.
free?
Free.
What?
Yeah, free.
I almost didn't want to ask because I was sitting here going, I want to ask.
Yeah.
I was going to say how much. I kept sitting here thinking I'm going to ask, but then I don't. Then I went. You kept
So-
saying that, and I'm going. Oh, are you kidding me? It's like free.
I did
Chris
the same
McAllister's
thing.
a grower. Do growers donate their excess to that program?
Not yet. Ideally, as the program progresses and it turns into hopefully something that reaches all corners of the United States, that's something that we might be able to do. But at this point, we don't take any donations. TJ's just does it.
Hey, Teresa, what do you use CBD for? Teresa Miltenberger is one of the lone survivors, one of the few. She was shot in the head in the Thurston High School shooting.
Okay.
And she's a dear friend of mine, and we had her on last May, and she came on and said that she uses CBDs. And so, Teresa, I would be really interested in what you use it for. I know you've had a lot of stuff going on, but she's an amazing woman. And I love, God, I love this. I mean, where else do you get this real? Free for children, Raymond Harmon, free for children with medical need. Wouldn't that be unheard of from big pharmacies?
It definitely is. We don't have any financial
Nice,
requirements. Sometimes pharmaceutical companies will offer medications to kids, for free or reduced cost, but we don't ask to see any parents' taxes or anything like that. That's
not your business.
Maybe there's kids that need it because they can't afford it, but really if a kid is seeking out cannabis therapy, they need it, regardless of their financial status.
Teresa uses it for seizures. And then David, so you're having trouble between your laptop and your Verizon coverage. You can't listen. Wish I'd known this was happening. I teased you. I put it out there that it was going to happen. But you can go back and look at it later. It'll be on my Facebook forever, so you can go back and find it. So what else should people know? How these kids, so your son, let's just talk about Forrest. How, before this happened, how hard was that? Because I know one of the people we're trying to get to talk with us, his life was seizure after seizure after seizure. Yeah. And it was just one after. There was 60 seconds was a long time.
So Forrest definitely is a little bit different than Mark. He did not have as many seizures. He would have a seizure, on his worst days once every 15 minutes. But at 8 years old, you're learning to, live your life. And if you have a seizure...
That's a lot.
Every 15 minutes,
What's
that's
every 15 minutes? That's horrible.
Yeah, it's
And you as a
definitely
mom get to watch him go through that.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Definitely life-changing in more ways than one.
I'm sorry, I got so many questions. I don't mean to interrupt you, but it's just what I do. It has to be so frustrating as a mom when you have a kid who's having seizures like that, and then back in the day, and it wasn't legal, and you had to sneak around and get this stuff and grow it yourself and do that. How frustrating, but easy to go to the doctor and get a drug that won't work. But you know what I mean? I'm sorry, I'm just...
No, I definitely understand. And we tried pharmaceuticals, and we tried the ketogenic diet, as most parents do, and he did not respond very well. Luckily, we are blessed to live in Oregon, and actually when I had spoke with TJ's in the very beginning, I had the same response as you. So it's free? How? Why? What's your motivation? Is this a tax write-off? You guys want kudos? And they were like, no, we're parents, and we want to help. And I didn't call back for days because I was like, so they're liars too.
She takes that back now.
And then I called another couple of days later when it had gotten progressively worse, and they weren't. They were totally genuine, but it's one of those conversations I have with every parent that reaches out about it. So for free, why? How? We're used to fighting. We fight everybody all the time for our care for our kids. Why would you do this for us for free?
Right.
And they're parents. It was...
So somebody on here asked, so you guys, they're located on Willamette, right across from the LTD bus station and the, the McDonald Theater. Thank you. Not a difficult landmark. But it's, it's right over there.
Guys.
God, can't you people see? Get on board it. So what else should people, so when you come in here, it sounds a little bit of a commercial, but I think it's worth it. So when you come in here and buy, you're helping to support that program.
Absolutely. So I didn't initially work for TJ's. It took quite a while.
You work here now too?
I do. I help run this program for these kids. They found that I kind of understood what the other parents were going through, and they let me come on and do stuff like this in public with them. Goodness. So for the longest time when Forrest was getting his meds from TJ's, I was talking to all my friends and family. There's lots of shops. There's so many shops in town, but we do a pretty good job within Eugene and Lane County about supporting things that matter. And whether it's your kid or my kid, if you don't know me or my kid, knowing that you're spending money, I like to call it saving babies.
Right. Well,
when you spend money and it supports the community, it supports these little kids like Remy and Mark and Forrest that are really struggling, and this is life-changing for them. That you're spending your money, it's doing good things.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Okay, Raymond, our society is so unaccustomed to helpful and genuine people. It's good to see groups working to be actionable for the betterment of others with no expectation of anything in return, just the reward. Raymond, I couldn't have said it better, my man. And then earlier, Chris McAllister said, I wish the Oregon Health Authority felt the same way that you guys do. Dave, ask about the high CBD plants being grown with LED lights right now. Oh, Dave, I wonder why.
So growing's not my forte. I'm not that savvy with growing. You'd think after all this time I'd take the initiative.
You know,
but
Dave, you know what we should
somebody
do?
knows.
We should have you come to me and we'll do a show on it. And then you can tell everybody about it. That's a great, I just sold him. He was trying to sell himself and I just turned it on you. So David, you call me, you know how much it costs and I'd be glad to do that for you. In fact, I'd really love to because he has a pretty cool system, but I can't say anything or else he'll kill me. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Absolutely.
So, James, so come here.
Yes.
So what else do you want people to know about the marijuana for today?
Well, so marijuana. So we actually did talk just really briefly about how it's different than what you might have experienced when you were using recreationally when you were younger. I think the biggest thing is that there are so many options, and also we know it's safe. We know it's clean. We've worked really hard as an industry to establish those statewide testing standards so that you don't have to worry that that stuff you're getting from the dude in your apartments is potentially been grown with crazy pesticides.
Right.
And now that we're seeing such a movement for people to use it as medicine, there's even more of a motivation. You can't be taking this beautiful medicine into your body laden with a bunch of pesticides and junk.
Well,
so
and how-
knowing what you're getting is a big deal.
And how much different is this? I mean, it's got to be way better for you than some of the, the pharmaceuticals that we have right now. That's one of the most addictive things on
Absolutely.
opiates and stuff.
Yeah. So let me tell you how I started using cannabis, because I was not a recreational user. So when you talk about remember back in the 70s or the 80s, no weed for me ever. No alcohol, no cannabis. So it was my neurologist that suggested I try it for these migraines I got after a traumatic brain injury, and I said no. I said no, it was not for me, and he told me that I was being ridiculous. And then he said, the best thing to me, you don't seem like that unreasonable person, because I can prescribe you 100 different things that kill people
Right.
and become highly addictive and are obviously toxic, because I was doing damage to both my liver and my kidneys by taking the pharmaceutical that he didn't want to prescribe. He wanted me to use, or at least try, cannabis. So I was one of those people that was really opposed. I didn't do weed, and I even knew that there were valid uses for it within medical, for cancer, for HIV, and for glaucoma. Everybody else was a bunch of stoners trying to get their weed without getting in trouble, and I wasn't one of those. So he said, you don't seem to be that unreasonable, and I thought,
And look what he
I'm
led
not.
you to.
So yeah, so
Not
that
only
crappy-
relief.
just such amazing, profound, spectacular relief for me from migraines that were utterly debilitating for me. But then my uncle had Parkinson's disease, and my friend's mom had MS, and I started thinking, and then just completely fell in love when I actually put that bias aside. When I realized this is medicine that doesn't hurt my liver, it doesn't hurt my kidneys, I am not doing neurological damage, and it is working, I got super excited about it. And that was just such a motivator to do this medically. So there is a big difference between this perceived idea that I had and what is actually happening, and the fact that so many of our users, even our recreational users, are using it therapeutically is just the nearest and dearest thing to my heart.
One more thing I wanted to ask you about, because Andy Vibora from Travel Lane County, they're sponsoring the show, you guys, because this is one of their newest members,
so
TJ's.
much.
The thing I wanted to ask you about is, we were walking down here and you said this is kind of like farm to table. So you guys start at the growing level, and then you move all the way through the process.
We do. So we grow our own medicine, but if you're looking at our shelves, you'll see actually a lot of stuff that we have from other vendors as well. So other really great gardeners. We want to deal with people who are exclusively organic. It's really a big deal to us to be sustainable, to be responsible. We're trying to grow our own soil, so that we can, from the very bottom up, have complete control over what's going into this. And we are not exclusive in that. In the industry, we have a lot of people that are motivated to do those same exact things. So that vertical integration, where we want to have our own products all over the place. Oh, one more thing I want to show you, just because it's so important to us, is the CBD oil.
Okay. So, hey, you
Hey,
guys,
do you mind being on camera?
we're doing a face. You don't care? Okay. Oh, this is who? Is this your brother?
No, this is her partner.
This is
This
my
is your
partner.
partner. Hi, guys.
Hey.
This is a family affair now.
This whole thing is a family affair.
So show me that.
Absolutely.
Okay, hold on. There's a gentleman just walked in. I'm trying to be really respectful of people. Sir, we're doing a Facebook Live. If you're in the picture, will you be okay with that? You don't have to be. Are you okay with that? Okay, we'll keep you out of it. Thank you very much.
So this is what I wanted to show you.
Okay, hold
So
on.
I showed you. Oh, sorry.
I'm going to turn me around. Okay.
I showed you that CBD flower, that jar that I wanted to hug. This is what we make from the CBD flower. And so when we actually give it to kids, we don't give them pot to smoke or to vaporize. We give them this tincture right here. And we're microdosing with THC as well for a lot of our kids.
Do you carry anything from Echo?
Electro?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Well,
Sean,
actually,
they do.
We
somebody's
actually
on here
don't
asking.
have anything on the shelves right now from them, but we are in full support of them as a company, and we would love to. They've just had some, just recently got back online after not having licensing for stuff.
Oh, okay. So, Sean, when they do have it, they do carry it.
Yep,
but right now,
we for sure do.
They'll
And
find you something
They
else.
do high CBD stuff as well. Anyway, I just wanted to get this on camera because it's something we're so proud of, that we sell more of this than probably any other product. This is the one I was telling you about, that we developed our own discount. If you were born in the 1920s, you get 20% off. The lady that we developed that
just
for
missed it by
comes
30
to buy
years.
this.
Well, finally, I'm too young for something. Oh my God!
We're gonna
What a
wait
good day.
around
I
for
love you.
We're gonna keep that for as long
So,
as
you guys,
need
if you're
it.
born in the
Yeah.
1920s, you get what?
20%
20% off. Come on, all you old
We
codgers.
developed that for a specific customer who didn't want to pay medical prices and just was flatly refusing.
That's
to
so
pay.
awesome.
So anyway, here's the CBD. It'll
How much?
Still help your
Yeah,
shoulder.
still how much? So how much? Tressa's asking how much is that?
So this is $90 for a full ounce.
There you go.
And then we also sell it in the half ounce for $48. And a lot of people ask about dosing. Well, how long will this last me? And the answer is always it depends on how much you take.
Right.
But if you dose it according to what we suggest, which is here, I think this is about a month's worth, a month and a half, 2 months, depending upon how long you stretch it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
So if people come in here, you guys, anyway, we got to wrap up here for a second, but thank you that was fun.
You're welcome. You know what? This is fun. I have so much fun in here. Our staff, our crew, we have fun. We love each other like crazy. We have all these people coming in here that we help every single day. It's one of the most successful things I feel like I've ever done. Every single positive interaction that I have, I'm like, yes, win. I just educated somebody. I just helped remove this fear. I just helped this person get out of pain in a way that's going to be comfortable and healthy. It's a great job.
I had a friend who was going through, she passed away, but she was going through she had a brain tumor. And that was the only thing, yeah. That was we know everybody together. That was the only thing that kept her together. And one time I said to her, so where do you get it? And she goes, somebody at church.
Yeah.
I went, oh, the world is changing. I thought that was awesome.
Is.
You need to get Hugh to come in and take something.
Yeah.
Settle down.
Yeah, Hugh, I think they have a product
down
for
a
you
notch.
if you're out
Take it
there,
down a
Hugh.
notch.
We all know Hugh and Laura. So
Yeah.
thank you again for doing a little
You're so
spinner
very
out here.
welcome.
And welcome to Travel Lane County.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we
great
appreciate you guys very
organization,
much.
people.
Yeah.
So you guys, again, this is Andy Vabor with Travel Lane County, and TJ's is one of your newest, your first dispensary. Remember?
First dispensary, yeah. We're really excited, and this will be the place when visitors come, if they ask us, we feel really comfortable sending them here to be educated just like all of you were today.
A friend of mine, Jesse Martinetti, says, TJ's probably grows the best flowers in town, super high quality. So,
I'm so happy to hear it.
yeah, Jesse Martinelli. You know him if you saw him. He doesn't mind telling anybody he smokes some pot. He's a cool guy. So, can you, while you're here, because we got to wrap this up, but can you tell me other things people should be aware of, aside from marijuana,
Sure.
that's going on in Lane County, like things that are coming up?
There's a lot of things, and one of them I just want to highlight. People may be familiar with our events calendar on our website.
If you're not, do get a
Yeah, you
get
can
acquainted.
just print out tons of stuff about what's going on throughout the entire region. But I'm really excited because in January you can actually sign up for a subscription, and we'll email it out to you every Tuesday that week's events. And so you'll have a really quick list. Just glance down. So if you got friends or family in town and you want to know what's going on, this thing will come into your inbox. You'll scan it real quick. You'll click on it. You can get all the details. So that'll be available in January. Go to our events page. You'll be able to sign up. It's all free.
And next month, what we have to look forward to is truffles. You guys, Oregon is like becoming. I got educated because of him. I called the truffle woman, and we're going to go out with truffle sniffing dogs, which has changed the industry in Oregon. And this is going to be the new wine, the new beer. This is the new thing.
Well, and you get to go out on the exclusive part of it, but
Right.
the public can actually go to the fairgrounds and watch it's called the Joriad, and this is where the truffle dogs in the early part of the competition kind of, the best are selected to go out into the forest. And
Right.
so from 9 to noon, you have to go to our website because it's not on the top of my head right now.
It's in January.
It's in January, and you'll be able to actually watch the dogs perform where they find the targets that are buried in the dirt in the event center there, and the ones that score the highest get to go out and compete for the title.
So this is like a new industry in Oregon. She was telling me, where's the truffle capital right now? Is it Italy?
I'm not sure.
I don't remember. She was telling me. She says Oregon's going to be the next Truffle. This is going to be we're going to be known for wine, for beer, for our marijuana, and for the truffles, because it's going to bring people from all over the world here because they are so exquisite. And she goes, you love Easter egg hunts. She goes, this is like Easter egg hunts on steroids.
Yeah, the Joriad's part of it, but the whole weekend has cooking classes and exhibitions. It all takes place at the Hilton Conference Center, so people should definitely check that out, the Oregon Truffle Festival.
Matt, you will, since you're my photographer, you will get to go with me on that. So, and hippies. What about hippies? Oh, and and hippies is what we're known for too. Okay, well we can put hippies in there too. There's not as many hippies. I think we're all just kind of melding in together or something. So, other things you guys also this weekend are coming up. The Eugene Symphony has a bunch of stuff going on. We're doing a live there on Saturday. We're doing a live watching some of the action go on that's going to be in the actual performances coming up.
Yeah, there's a performance coming up, and I'm going to butcher the name. It's basically like the Cirque du Soleil, so they're going to have acrobatics going on while the symphony is playing some of these holiday tunes. So it'll be spectacular.
We get some of them. They're bringing some of them in for the rehearsal.
Oh, fantastic.
And we're going to show you guys on Saturday around 4 o'clock. We're going to do a live with them and show that kind of stuff. We just had Ballet Fantastique, a great...
Oh, they're fantastic. Hey, pun intended. But the other thing with the symphony it's not till February, but people should know about it because the tickets are going to sell out, and it's called the Mckenzie Four Seasons. So the Mckenzie River Trust, the Symphony, Travel Lane County have been collaborating on a piece of work that's going to happen in February, and so you'll get to see kind of original music put to the scenes of the Mckenzie River all throughout the entire year, so it's going to be spectacular.
So Ryan, a local video company, they're putting this together. Ryan's awesome, and they're putting a video together. So you'll be hearing the symphony, this original music, while video and pictures are going on in the background to kind of keep you entertained in another way.
Yeah, and a lot of that has come from people just out in the community. They solicited that video, those photos that are going to be showing there, and it was just overwhelming, the response. So we're really excited.
When did they announce the winners for the contest? Because that Matt probably sent something in. Do you know?
I think that they're meeting this Friday to kind of go through all of that and really start to select the ones that are going to be used in the piece.
And so next year, there's so much stuff going on. Andy will be back every month, and we'll be showing you some different things. But I think this is a really good choice.
I do too.
I took some of the mystery away. I have to admit, I look in the doors and I'm thinking, I wonder what's back there. And it's pretty fascinating, I think.
Yeah, I know for our staff who came and took the tour, it was very similar. I've never been into a dispensary, but once we came in here and learned, just the professionalism really came through, and the knowledge about the product, and then just the great things they're doing with the medical side.
Right. Andy, thanks.
Hey, you're welcome.
Thanks for being partners with us. We appreciate it. So again, you guys, if you need to know anything going on in Lane County, Travel Lane County's website. You go on there and sign up for that program. He sends me mine, but now I'm going to have to sign up for the program because he's not going to rely on him. But you can go on there and find everything that you do, or even stuff that you don't want to do, but it'll give you your weekend. It'll give you what you need to go. Chris McAllister, wait till you see a grow. Well, we're hoping that Dave will invite us to see his lights and his grow. So, we'll do that when he calls. All right, you guys, so that's it for today. Again, tomorrow we're at the car wash at 10 o'clock. Topic unknown at this point. And on Friday, what are we doing on Friday? I cannot remember. Then Saturday, we're at the Eugene Symphony at 4 o'clock. Please do this for everybody you know. Post this on to educate your friends. Just post this on your page, share it on your page, and say something that you watched it, and then people will find out more about what's going on with the dispensary industry. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good week. See ya. Bye.